To you by Law Nation Sports. And as we continue to grind to shine, Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. I got it. Come on. Yeah. All right.
What more do you want from me?
Read it, run from it.
Destiny arrives all the same. And now it is absolutely here. Yeah, they say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? The Cowboys' only problem been Dak Parsons. Nobody else. Just them two. Just the two of them. Just the two of them. Come on with it. Yeah. Not Jerry. Not Steven. Not nobody. Come on with it. I figure it out. Let's get rid of Parsons and let's get rid of Dak. And boy, we'll be on our way, baby. Yeah.
They can come closer than close. Yeah.
Come on with it.
Original, they never will be.
Take the money and all of it. Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on.
Come on with it. Come on. Mama said, let's get it. Yeah. Come on. Be sure on your way in to smash upon the like button. You gotta smash it, right? You gotta smash it. Come on with it. Phone lines will be open too. I want to get your thoughts. We gotta talk about this money too. Yup. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. Come on with it.
Hey, well, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Come on with it. You know, I've been pondering and I've been thinking, and not Christian pondering, but I've been thinking that we found a problem with the Cowboys. It's Micah Prescott. Or it's Dak Parsons. It's one of them two, you know. Yeah, they're the problem because at the end of the day, we've been looking at the things around the world and the globe and other teams can figure it out. But it goes down to these two. Not what happened in the 30 years or the 30 seasons. It's all about these two individuals. And it's quite alarming that we can go back and forth with people and they will still not understand the truth, and the truth shall set you free, right? But neither here nor there. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and being part of these type of conversations. There was a great deed of this right here that Mina Cobb, she was talking about a few things that we need to go with and show these type of things. And this is for what it is. But let's pull this up right quick, and I can't show y'all the audio. Well, I can't show y'all the video, but I can play the audio. All right, so football is not an individual sport. To be fair, Michael Parsons also has only 1 sack in the last 4 playoff games. We can't sit here and say, well, we need Dak Prescott to get it done when the entire team hasn't been able to get it done. Most importantly, the franchise itself hasn't been able to get it done in the last 30 seasons. Here's a breakdown of Micah Parsons' performance in the postseason. In 2021, 1 game, 9 total tackles, 3 solos, 6 assists, 0 sacks. In 2022, 2 playoff games with the totaling of 7 tackles, 4 solos, 3 assists, and 1 sack. And in 2023, 1 game, of course, we had my guy Parsons had 2 total tackles, 1 solo, and 1 assist, and 0 sacks. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to this audio of them trying to rip upon Micah Prescott. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to have to do from here. Hold on with it. And we get things moving right along. Come on with it. Y'all know when y'all hear that music, y'all know what's about to happen. I'm about to get into it. Yeah. Come on with it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Put a 1 in the chat if you already heard these fools.
It's certainly not enough to trade him. And the idea that just because the front office made the mistake of not paying him early, which I think we all agree is a mistake, means now they should make a mistake even worse by moving on from him, accumulating draft picks, in hopes that they might get a player like Micah Parsons. That's nonsense. They should keep him. They should pay him. And then you can figure it out with the rest. It's not an untenable cap situation to pay him and restructure Dak Prescott. I've looked at it. It is entirely possible for this team to do this.
Yeah, they can pay him, but then what? But then how does your team get markedly better from what it was last year? They got 25 free agents, y'all.
Time
They
out.
got
This ain't unsportsmanlike.
Trading him?
This ain't unsportsmanlike. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This ain't unsportsmanlike.
Yeah. Come on with it. Yeah. Don't place nobody on timeout for opinions. Remember, mods, only put timeout on folks and individuals who's pretty much off the line with things. Remember, no personal attacks. They can have opinions, no spamming, right? And no self-promotions. But don't time people out for having opinion, right? So please, mods, don't do that. I don't want to exile all of the mods again, But, and yes, Albert, no one is powerful and almighty than God, right? And if he had favors, I'm quite sure that the individuals below God will have favors, right? So favoritism is favoritism, right? But let's go and let's get things going. Now y'all can spam by hitting that like button though. Yeah. If y'all promoting the channel, then you can spam that. You can spam it all you want. But let's go. Let's listen.
Sportsmanlike. This is First Take. We have this segment because you brought up culture. You brought up the podcast. You brought up the locker room. Now, we can go back and forth in terms of the numbers. We playing a numbers game. All right, he's one player. You're already paying CD Lamb and Dak. You add Micah Parsons to that. It's problematic. I got that part. You could go either way with what you said or Mina saying you can restructure his deal or what have you. I'm not debating that. The reason this is a segment.
Why he's so mad?
The reason this is a segment because you brought up culture. You brought up the podcast. You brought up the locker room and the comment about Mike McCarthy. That is the reason we are talking about this subject. If it was just a matter of numbers, we wouldn't have been addressing this. We did this days ago. We did this because you went on the air and you brought up culture and blamed him.
No doubt. The podcast Parsons. Hey, who won the Super Bowl? Can somebody let me know who won the Super Bowl? I need to know. I want to know. And who lost the Super Bowl? Y'all need put that down in the chat. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, the craziest thing of it all, we didn't even make the damn playoffs. And we are the topic of everybody's mouth coming out is Dallas Cowboys. They can't keep that vitamin D out of their mouths. Come on with it. Yeah. The Eagles, Chiefs. Yeah. Shouldn't that be the conversation for the nation? Come on, baby. Every single topic, every single round of reasons is always, ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys, and we didn't even make it to the postseason. Dak didn't even finish when it was cold outside. It was still hot, especially in Dallas.
Which to me is crazy. That's just crazy. You don't blame Micah Parsons for coaching in Dallas? Oh, hell.
Stephen A., if I'm going to
Hell
pay
no.
a guy $40 million a year, he's going to have to be a part of the
but not
culture
producing.
being a good thing, not something that my organization and the rest of my locker room has to overcome.
So
And
I
at
compare
this
dude
point,
40,
it's
I
a
compare
debate-
dude 40, I compare dude 60 that can't get it done, but I'm gonna have a problem playing a brother 30 to 40 who does.
Like I said on that last part right there, 1 sack in 4 playoff games. Now, I'm not finna beat up Parsons because we're not finna be the low-hanging fruit people, right? I'm not finna beat up Dak because we're not finna be the low-hanging fruit people. But football, as I lamented earlier, is definitely not an individual sport. It's a team sport. And if you have an undersized edge rusher on that line and people are running at him or they're running away from him and he is continuously getting double teamed, who designs that? Is it up to the player or the coaches to scheme things up? That's all I want to know. We only talking about Micah Parsons right now or Micah Prescott. Evidently, he got some skill set. Shout out to you, Marvin, man. Appreciate you so much for your support. Always supporting on the Facebook groove. I really appreciate you so much, man. Love you to the stars and back, bro. Appreciate you. So I'm asking, on defense, besides Micah Parsons, who's getting 2 people warranted his way, if he's getting 2 people his way, how come we're not winning our individual battles with our 3 tech? How come our 1 tech can't get home free? How come the other edge rusher on the other side, if they only got 1 person on them, how come they are not winning? Is that upon Parsons' problem, or is that coaching, or is that skill set, talent? How come we are not seeing real tangible things from our DBs? Huh? Or we get rid of Parsons, then the team can get better, basically. Because he's the problem. Dak Parsons is the problem, right? TA, come on with it. Appreciate you for your support. Where my money guy at? Come on with it.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on.
We must still be them boys. You know, we are. You know, we keep the engine running for ESPN and Fox and 3-letter, 4-letter networks, right? But I go back to say this. In 4 playoff games, 1 sack. In 7 playoff games, 3 turnovers. Let me say this again. In 7 playoff games, 3 turnovers. I can't make this stuff up. Now, on the flip side, maybe I'm a Micah Parsons apologist, right? On the flip side, you have your quarterback, Dak Prescott, who's 2-5, heading into his basically 10th season. Heading into it. 9th season if you do the math, or 8.5 season, however you want to do the weird numbers there. 2 playoff wins. And as horrid and as horrible that may be, he's the problem. Let's get rid of Dak and let's see how that works out, right? Because the previous quarterback in 14 seasons have 2 wins too. So based off the historical data, 1 being in 10 seasons, 2 wins, or however you want to do it, carry the years or subtract the years, but the previous quarterback just as good, 2 playoff wins too. And let's alleviate the situations and the problems that's at the root of it all is Jerry and Steven. Let's just give them a hall pass and say they'd set up a team that we supposed to be able to win. We should have 5 Super Bowls by now. Dak Prescott isn't the only problem. 2-5. The Cowboys players are 2-5. I love that, Big Sarge. But it's not getting through the cranium of others, right? It's only Dak Prescott that's the problem. Now, he did have a window to get it done. Shout out to my guy, Lord Brunson. Man, I can only imagine if the Cowboys lifted up that Lombardi trophy this past season, right? Less than a month ago, less than 2 weeks ago, that I would be going back and forth. Shout out to my guy, Lord Brunson. With any Eagles guy, Giants guy, Washington guy, Patriots guy, Steelers guy. I'd be high and mighty talking about my team, but that's a whole nother conversation. But he states this right here. Shout out to him. He states, Dak had his window to get it done. 4,000 yards in that season, 2021. 1,000 yards by Ezekiel Elijah Elliott. 1,000. That's that thou wow with C.D. Lamb. 10 plus sacks with Michael Parsons. 10 plus INTs by Trayvon Diggs. Now, you would think that ESPN put this out to bloviate and to lift us up. They put this out so they can ridicule us and to also open up cheeks to drop fecal matter on us. That's what they did this for. See, they boosted up. See, they use these numbers as a good thing. And matter of fact, these numbers were so good, I kid you not, that this guy, the quarterback that wears 4, that came off of a bone that was broken off of his ankle. People fail to realize in 2020, the man had the bone protruding through the ankle. That's through the epidermis, dermis, subcutaneous. The only thing to hold his ankle and his leg together was his NFL issued sock, right? So he's coming off of that, and people want to bloviate and talk about these numbers like they so great. They were so great, they were so good that they were not good enough for him to win Comeback Player of the Year. Let me repeat. If these numbers were so good and so great, how come he didn't win Comeback Player of the Year that season? Come on with it. yeah. Can somebody explain? How come he didn't win Comeback Player of the Year? If these numbers were so great, if Dak Prescott had these numbers that were so great and so wonderful, how come he didn't win Comeback Player of the Year? I'm going to say it again. How come? Can somebody let me know in the chat? Can somebody point out how and why he didn't win Comeback Player of the Year? If he was so great, and if these numbers were so beautiful, and they were so wonderful, how come he didn't win Comeback Player of the Year in 2021? So you mean to tell me that they gave this brother one window, and that's coming back from a bone that was pushing through the dermis, the subcutaneous, and all of that stuff Huh? How? Tell them that is human nature. Why? I'm just trying to figure it out. Leon says Dak is overhated. Yeah, I feel you on that. Jeez. But it's his fault.
He ain't lying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's his fault. If you get rid of Dak Prescott and Michael Parsons, I guess we would have won the Super Bowl that year. If you get rid of Michael Parsons and Dak Prescott in 2022, I guess we would have won that year. These are the only problems. The Cowboys have no problem with money. The Cowboys, I'm sarcastically speaking for those who can't get what I'm saying, but neither here nor there. We have no problems with contracts. We have no problems with winning games on the road or at the house. I kid you not. And anybody can do these type of things. It's just that we got to get rid of Dak. That's what it is. If we get rid of him, we would have had 5 Super Bowls by now. Or, in the words of everybody else, we would have 10 Super Bowls since 2016. Matter of fact, if we would have just kept Tony Romo, we would have won 10 rings in a row. Come on, that's just for what it is. That's what y'all saying. Yeah. Because everything else is okay. Waiting for the leaves to fall is okay. You just got to wait for it, right? Yeah. Don't do me like this, Lord Travis. Yeah, that's for what it is. Yeah. Hate us or love us, we still talk about us. Yeah, they do, man. They talk real bad about us, But it is what it is. The craziest thing of it all, ladies and gentlemen, we have a chance and opportunity to fix this. I pulled up this right here, and shout out to Martin Talk Cowboys. He originally started this wave right here, and shout out to him. Be sure to find and follow him on Twitter, Martin Talk Cowboys. He's not a good count to follow. He's a great count to follow. So be sure to follow him, and I'm gonna send his link over. And matter of fact, I want y'all to see his page because he got the right idea to a lot of things, man. Look at that brick. That boy is funny as all get out. But I'm going to share this right here. Yeah. Y'all go ahead and click this. Yeah, click that. Follow my guy if you're on Twitter. But we do have some solutions. This is not a crying show. We're not going to cry about it. But we're going to talk about it. The Dallas Cowboys, as of February the 19th, that's yesterday, current cap space is 2.47. So that I can make sure that I'm on the right page. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure they didn't do any other updates on this. It's still the same. 2.47, right? Million. Total cap liabilities 298.55. Okay, potentials. Move to create cap space. We're going to say this till we Cowboys blue in the face. They don't have to do anything, by the way. But our message and our word as content creators to let them know that, damn it, they can do something to fix it, right? And even if they have the glance, if enough people share this content and if enough people support this content, just maybe this will land on the desk of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and say, this is an idea that we can do. Potential moves to create cap space. Dak Prescott restructure his contract for $37.1 million. They can move some of this money to prorate it. Keep in mind, he's here until the year 2032. He don't have any trade clause on his contract. So you can prorate some of that money, move it and collect it as bonuses, and then it can spread and weaken the cap for his percentages. CeeDee Lamb, you can restructure for 20.5. Terrence Steele, he's only counted by 5 or 6% against the cap. I get it. A lot of people want to get rid of Terrence Steele. But guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Don't you know what Terrence Steele's strong suit is? Is it pass pro or run blocking? Can somebody put it in? Put PP in the chat if you think Terrence Steele is a pass pro. Is his skill set that's bad? That's good. Or if it's run blocking, put RB in the chat. Put RB in the chat. Yeah. Drop 100 in the chat if you agree with Law. You know, run blocking is his best asset. Run blocking is his best asset. You're not going to get the max ability or the max capabilities of Terrence Steele if you're throwing the ball 30 to 40 times. He's a dog. He's nasty on run blocking. He's really good. And I get with what y'all saying with turnstile Steele. If I minimize his pass pro and put him in positions where he's best at, then you get value. He's only counting 6% against the cap. You already took up all of the lumps from his particular contract. Cutting him is not going to do any favors for you, because you're going to still need a player in that spot. You're still going to create a hole there. And I don't trust the Cowboys of putting someone else there, and we had to go through some other 2 to 3 years of growing pains. Drop 100 in the chat, man, if y'all agree with me. You know? Yeah, drop 100 in there. Trayvon Diggs, he's counting 5 to 6% of his particular contract is against our cap, so they can restructure, spread that out, and create $5.8 million in space. And on top of that, Michael Parsons, with his extensions, is going to help the cap, not hurt the cap. And you want to extend him, not letting the ultimate gun or the trigger to the face would be if the Cowboys fool around and say, you know what, Parsons, prove it this season. Let's see what you can do now under Matt Eberflus. Prove it. That's the worst thing you can do, is to have him to play it to the end of life of his contract. Parsons is not a stupid guy. He's not an idiot guy. He's not a dumb guy. He knows just like anything, just like my guy Mike McCarthy would say, just like anything, that money is going to go straight up. Yeah. Fellas know how this thing go. Fellas know exactly how this goes. Ladies and gentlemen. Fellas be with their homeboys, and all of a sudden, homeboy about to get married and stuff, and he getting to sweating like, oh, Lord. You coming to the wedding? Yeah, I'm going to be in there, man. Yeah, you going to be in the wedding. But guess what? And if he ain't married, his boo thing going to be looking at him like, we next. I'm going to try to catch the bouquet. We next, mother sucker. You know, yeah. And if Ashaniqua, if she got the princess cut diamond for $5,000 to $6,000, hell, your boo thing going to want the same ring or better. Yeah. You know, they're going to be looking. Yeah. So I ain't trying to say you jumped the broom early so you won't have to pay that $10,000 to $15,000. But what I'm saying is, People be watching. And these players be watching. Law, do you have any truth to that? Yes. Jamar Chase said he want $40 million. Jamar Chase. But you got a conflict of interest there. Law, what you mean? Because Joe Burrows is out here saying, hey, man, you know, I want to do what the Eagles did, you know. Yeah. Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrows wants the team to spend like the Philadelphia Eagles. They ain't going to do it. Yeah, they ain't going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Law, how do you know? Man, they talking about franchise tagging T. Higgins again. Eagles don't do that. Yeah. Shoot. So it is for what it is. Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrows, that's what he want. And Jamar Chase saying, I want $40 million. APY. You ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna be able to get that done. And they have all of the components to get it done too. Vaughn 0606 states that the Amari Cooper deal wasn't looking too bad now. Yeah, you talking about 4 years later, man. Shit, 4 years later. See, people look at the end result, but they don't look at the full picture. And Vaughn, write this down. It's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame. Yeah, write that down. It's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame. Don't you know we still paying $8 million to Michael Gallup? He's been on a whole nother team. And he's retired. We gave that brother $50 million. So we cut him, right? He had bad knees. The Patrick Ewings. Don't you know that we never got back to those levels of production? If CeeDee Lamb was able to get 1,000 yards, a thou wow, by him being the primary target, plus my guy Amari Cooper warranting getting the attention from the other number one DBs or number two DBs, don't you know that we would have been even higher than 12-5 in the 2022 season? But here's what most people will say. And I love y'all, man. I love y'all to the moon and back. Or beyond the moon and back. Now, I love y'all to the stars and back. Excuses is what people will say. But facts are not excuses. Facts are not excuses. Oh, Lord, man, we went 12-5 in 2022. We were better without Amari Cooper. Bull sugar. With Amari Cooper, you probably could have won 14 games. You probably could have won 13 games. You probably could have won 15 games. You probably could have alleviated a lot of things. But law, blah, blah, blah. It don't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. The name of the game is to increase your team, not decrease your team. Yeah, the results were the same, 12-5, 12-5, but when you look at it and you peel back everything, it wasn't. And it goes back to this right here, ladies and gentlemen. When you get to the postseason, you got to be able to run the ball and stop the run. Law, do you have any truth to this? What was the ability of the Eagles this postseason. They had the ability to run the ball and stop the run. What was the ability of the last year team to win in the postseason? They had the ability to run the ball and stop the run. But that was Pat Mahomes. Yeah. They had the ability to run the ball and stop the run. We didn't have those abilities. And every time I would challenge people and they dismiss the fact that they can't find a team that won a postseason game that averaged 2.4 or 2.6 yards per rush. You can't find that team in the postseason. You can't find a team that win postseason games with 14 to 15 penalties. You can't. Those are not excuses. These are facts that most people don't want to hear. Now, the Cleveland being stubborn as they are, they saying that they want to offer Myles Garrett a larger contract. They have no desire of trading him. That's on them. So we cross that out. And shout out to NFL Rumors. I love them. You know, they always come up with some good stuff. The Devontae Adams maybe going to the Chargers. I'm just going to update all of you guys on this. Old boy retired. Here it is. T. Higgins may be the biggest winner of the salary cap rising because they're going to try to renegotiate his contract if they're not able to put him on that franchise tag due to the backlashes that they have. Keep in mind, they do have the money. They have $53 million. They do have the money. Cincinnati, Joe Burrows, he want to become the Philadelphia Eagles there. We'll be watching and paying close attention to them. Keep in mind. Keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Burrows getting paid $250 million. Jamar Chase wanting $40 million. T. Higgins want at least 32 to 35 million. They scramble and scrape and got a running back, Zach Moss, but they're going to try to see if the other kid can continue to run the way he's running. They got $53 million. So it should be no excuses for them. And quote unquote, they have a better quarterback than the boys, right? You know, right? So I'm using the air quotes. The Joey Bosa is expected to get released. Any fillers on him? What you want to have a Joey Bosa? He ain't Nick, but he Joe. Keenan Allen, Chargers, Rams, Bear guy. And then, of course, the biggest loser is Hassan Reddick. Epic failure. Crazy stuff. All right. Before we get everything going, appreciate you. Thank you so much for jumping in. Joey Bosa have too many injuries. Yeah, I feel you, Scotty. That's how things goes, right? Over here in Cowboys land. He'll be a prime target for the boys. He would be. But I want to say prayers up. It seems like this is happening more than normal. We want to put prayers up. There's been another plane crashing. We want to bring this into light. Hold on.
Following the latest regarding a deadly plane crash at Marana Regional Airport. Here's what we know so far, courtesy of our partners at Fox 10 in Phoenix. You can see that several investigators, law enforcement officials, first responders are there on the ground, as you can also see the aftermath of that crash. Aerial footage.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with these plane crashes, but if you somehow in the proximity and you saw that and you felt the turbulence and you was on that plane and you survived, this is who you need to call.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yes, indeed. That's 214 or 817. And all of the threes you can dial to get in contact with someone on Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They will take great care of you and not advantages of you. Keep this in mind. Prayers out to those, man, who lost lives, man, in these plane crashes. It happen to anyone. Even stepping outside, checking your mailbox, man. If it's your time, it's your time. But I want to guard you with this right here. Keep yourself in prayer for others, and maybe there could be a hedge of protection for you and them and loved ones. But be sure to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers for all of your inquiries, man, on anything. It could be something small as a fender bender or something large as you getting T-boned on Interstate 35 or something like that. So be sure to reach out to our partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. If you can't call that number, visit frankelfirm.com. We will open up the phone lines. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Now, they got a train that leaves from Dallas to L.A., right? I might take the train to Dallas to L.A. during Oxnard. Not saying that I'm in fear of flight, but these things around these parts these days, man, maybe I just do a live on the train. Let me know how y'all feel about that, I got on the first person that's in the waiting room from the 832. Larry, Cowboy, you live. Talk to me. Not much, man. Not much, man. What you got for me?
Hey, I'm gonna hit you with one of your questions. You know how when people call you and they say, "Man, get rid of that, get rid of this," and you be like, "What's your solution?"
Yeah.
Or your letter that you. So when we share your stuff and hit the Jerry Jones desk, what's your solution?
For far as the money on how we can increase it, or far as getting rid of Dak and Parsons.
Oh, no, we keeping Dak and Parsons. I'm on that bandwagon. I'm talking about as far as getting players. We doing money-wise contract. Yeah, that part.
Oh, yeah, that part of it, bro, is extend Dak Prescott contract. And you got all the way into the year 2032 to slide that money and put it right there, right? And then you got the ability to stretch out and pull CeeDee Lamb's contract. You got to do it that way in order to compete within the confines of our division. Keep in mind, I think the Eagles got north of $20 million to spend. The Giants got $50-something million, right? And we know how much money the Washington team got. So you want to be participating in the free agency. You don't have to participate week 1. I get all of that. But you can go in week 2 or after the draft to make sure that you get the right people in places here.
Oh, okay. Then I got another question.
Mm-hmm.
I got a brother-in-law. He just got signed to UTEP. He a safety.
Mm-hmm.
So we be looking for him in about 3 years to be a Dallas safety.
What's his name?
Josiah Jones.
Josiah Jones. What number?
Yeah, he played at Crosby. I don't know what his number gonna be yet.
Okay.
But he just signed this year.
Okay.
He's like a ball hall safety.
Ball hall. What's his measurables?
Returned last year.
What's his measurables? What's his measurables?
I believe he's 6'1", 6'2".
Okay.
Yeah.
Most certainly, man. Well, I'll be looking for Josiah, man. We'll be looking for him, man.
Man, we trying to get some new Dallas blood coming out there somewhere.
Come on with it, man. UTEP ain't nothing to play with, especially out them boys. That's all you can do out there.
They secondary, secondary coach on our team now?
Oversteen or some Overstreet or something like that.
Yeah, that's him.
Or Understreet, somebody like that. Yeah, we definitely need to see what these guys can do, and if he can show up and show out, it ain't nothing to do out there too. By the way, so Larry, he in a good spot. Right. That's all he need to do is focus on football, and he'll be with the silver and blue in 3 years.
You stay focused. Just stay focused.
Yeah, and don't take out unnecessary student loans, man, and just chill. And he might have NIL if he's
Yeah, he got NIL deal too.
Okay, good. Tell him let you manage the money or something. You know.
We were number Dallas Cowboy gear every year.
Yeah. Just manage the money for him, man, because you know them NILs can get him in trouble. But I appreciate you for calling in, bro.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
Yes, indeed. You as well, man. That's Larry Campbell, man. I mean, not Larry Campbell, but Larry Cowboys. I got Jimmy, the Greek, man. You're live from the 781. Talk to me.
What's up, my brother?
Yeah, it was good.
What you doing, my man? Calling from chilly Boston, Massachusetts. I'm freezing my ass off over here.
Man, I already know. Colder than polar bear nuts up that way, man. God,
not
boy.
that cold, but it's pretty close.
What degrees you got? What degrees you got?
I gotta tell you right now, man. You keep on doing what you're doing.
Okay.
You do unbelievable work, and I'm very proud of you, man. But
I appreciate you.
Listen, everyone's overcomplicating things. You know, what if this person's at number 12? What if this person's at number 12? Listen, if Ashton Genty's there at 12, you've got to grab him and stop questioning anything. The only problem is, what if you come to 12 and Genty's there, and for some crazy reason Mason Graham is there, or Walter Nolan? What do you do then? That's the problem. Because we need defensive tackle help, and you know, you can throw in Luther Burden too. What if he's there at 12? Then the dilemma happens. But if Ashton Genty's there at 12 and everyone else that I just mentioned is gone, you got to take Ashton Genty, man.
Yeah, if Walter Nolan is there, you know, you definitely not going to pick him over Genty. Mason Graham, that's very intriguing. It'll be a riot in Cowboys land because he a Michigan guy, right? Mm-hmm. Even though, you know, his tape says otherwise, because I really like what he's able to do from an interior threat, and but he falls right in that category. You know, either you can run the ball or stop the run. So he's right in that category. So it's going to be what's your desire. You be true to your board, right? And then if you crazy like that, if you wild enough, and there are teams that are wild enough to say they think the world of Mason Graham, you get on the phone and maybe you get an extra draft pick, they go scoop up Mason Graham, and you still slide back just a little bit and still get Ashton Genty. That can happen too. You can do that.
That's right. I agree with you. The only thing that worries me, Law, is, you know, the only team that I'm worried about that might scoop up Genty before we come to 12 is the Raiders. I have a funny feeling that they might pull the trigger on the running back, and I really hope not, because the other teams before us, you know, they don't really in a running back need. They're more offensive line, quarterback, other positions. But the Raiders could be a team that could really disappoint us in that aspect. But no matter what, you know what, we're at a good pick. We should come away with a really good player. And I want to touch up on one other thing. I think a lot of the problems with the Cowboys is about being stingy in free agency is the past maneuvers that scorn them. You know what I'm talking about with Rocket Ismail and with Brandon Carr and with Roy Williams, wide receiver. You know, they've been scorned so many times in the past. I think they're nervous now to make a move. So I think that's part of it. But nervous doesn't get you the championship.
Right.
So we got to change our mentality, man. But listen, I'll leave it at that. You keep up the great work, my brother, and I will talk to you soon.
Yes, indeed. That's Jimmy the Greek, man. Appreciate you. And somebody said it was 20 degrees where he's at. So I guess when he says it's not that cold, in Dallas they shut down everything when it's that low. Getting messages from the school and everything, and people saying, "Hey, make sure you put salt on your driveway." And if this happened, you know, that will happen. But I hope everybody's okay during this time. One of the things that I want to say is that's the price of doing business. Most businesses, even before you even can see a profit, sometimes take 2 to 3 years. When you are not eligible or able to make sure you secure the people that you bring in the building, whether it's good coaching or making sure that you have another kind of caliber of wide receiver to help alleviate those things, then you will see Rocket Ismail. I think that worked a whole lot better than the Joey Galloway. Of course, he stayed hurt. Those are unforeseeable things, right? Or with the Roy Williams, that was terrible for us, right? But that's just the price of doing business. You have to look at your team and know thy team, right? You just can't go out here and say, I'm going to get this person when you don't have that person. The time to go get Roy Williams wasn't the time to get him because he was on a downward trajectory when he was with the Lions, right? So I get it. Shout out to Roy and them, but it wasn't the time to go make that particular move. On top of that, the time when we spent 2 first-round draft picks for Joey Galloway, we were trying to make the patchwork to fill in a voided area for Michael Irvin. He wasn't the kind of caliber of receiver Michael Irvin was. Different kinds, right? But the Cowboys, you win some, you lose some, right? You're not going to hit on all of your free agencies or your trade targets. But what you got to do is counter. You know, Jerry Jones talked about what is your counter? What's your counter? Meaning that you have to leverage it. You have to trade away something, a soul for a soul. You just can't go out here. People want Myles Garrett for free. No, it don't come that way. Just like a Ferrari, Aston Martin, those things ain't cheap. But when you see somebody in it, they're going to get your attention because it is for what it is. A Ferrari can get to point A to point B just like a horse or just like a Honda. But your experiences would be different. And the Cowboys try to make you feel as if, though, riding in this Honda is the experience of the Ferrari. No. You're not going to get those things. So you got to be able to counter. The next caller, baller, shot caller from the 817. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me. Yeah, man, I can barely hear you. Hello?
How's that? How we better now?
Yo, yeah. We better. You don't have to get that. But what you got? Hello? 817. Well, call back 817-903. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Law?
Not much, man. What you got for me?
Man, I know going into this free agency, man, I like T. Higgins, man. And I don't know what Cincinnati gonna do. I know they got a lot of stuff that they gotta put back together, but pairing him up with CD, man, I like that fit. And the reason I like that fit is because when you go into the draft, if you go into the draft with somebody like that on your mind, with a T. Higgins paired with a CD, then where your mind at the number 2 pick, because we already know that we looking at Genty in the first, right?
Right.
So when you looking at our separation ratio last year, we had none really. Okay, so in my opinion, Turpin is not a receiver like that. He a return specialist, but he just not he not getting it. Just like Tolbert ain't getting it. All right.
Right.
And I don't know if it's the scheme or whatever, man, but it ain't hitting right.
Right.
Okay? So we gotta, and I like I said, we need to get Genty in the first to give Dak that running game, because when Dak got a running game, I mean, he on the plus side of winning like that. But if you give him T. Higgins, and I've been looking at a lot of other receivers in the draft too, and I do like Tez Johnson. The reason I like Tez is because Tez get a lot of separation.
Right.
And that's what we need. We need to stop with all the tight window throws and stuff like that, we need to get people in the open so that can work. Okay. All right. Because if he can do good in tight windows, what can you do when you giving this guy separation with the receivers? Okay.
Right. I see the point there. All I can say is that we have to wait and see what kind of system this team will have, far as getting separation, far as these wide receivers getting open. We're going to be a run-first team. They talked about physicality and bringing that to the table and not leaving no stone unturned as relates to their yardages out there on the field. We got different wide receiver coach, different running back coach, different offensive line coach, different offensive coordinator. So, and then they all youthful. They're a whole lot different than the previous regime. We can only go by with what we've seen from the last year, of course. But I do agree with you. T. Higgins may be a world beater for us, but he's at 25 APY, and that's too rich for Jerry Jones and them blood, right? We can bang the table and put up film and everything, but it's already been talked to him that he's willing to take a pay cut to stay in Cincinnati. He just didn't like to be franchise tagged, so. But I would like T. Higgins here in the Cowboys uniform, but I think that right now from the Joneses front office, they're like, man, we got our T. Higgins at the house. His name is Mingo.
I mean, if that's the way that dude think, then I don't know what's on his mind, because that's different. That's totally different right there, in my opinion. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because like I was a receiver, so I know a little bit about it. I don't know a lot though. But when hey, different system, different scheme. Right. I mean, we may see some stuff that work out. But like I said, if the separation ain't there, then we need to get a wide receiver that can separate. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I'm pushing for in the running game, is what I'm pushing for too. So, and another question, I want to throw something at you real quick. I don't want to take too long. Okay, this tight end thing, right? What in the last couple of Super Bowls that didn't happen, right? Which team has went into that Super Bowl without I'm talking about a great tight end?
That's a good one.
Like, I'm talking about like a superb tight, like really good.
I think you have to go back to the Rams Cincinnati's Super Bowl.
Okay, so
it was 2020, 2021, I believe. Yeah. So
like what I'm kind of saying is, like, a lot of these teams, man, they are focused on that tight. They got an athletic tight end out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I really think we should focus on that too. You know what I mean? I know we got guys coming back and stuff like that from injury and stuff, but still, at least have somebody at the tight end spot. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna put in some work.
Yeah. They really high on the kid with the Span Ford, I believe his name. They high on him. Luke Schoonmaker was a second-round draft pick, and even though he was part of Mike McCarthy's banging on the table to get him here, he's a damn good run blocker. So I'm quite sure that this offensive line coach and OC is going to like what he brings to the table. But you're right. A dynamic tight end is very crucial, because especially when you run the ball a lot, either you're going to make the sacrifice to have a linebacker in there or a safety, right? And if you're running the ball really well, then you're going to take that safety off and you're going to bring in and put in a better linebacker to fill in that voided area, and hopefully the mismatch will be there for the Cowboys. But I don't see Schoonmaker consistently winning on a seam route nor getting separation, but he's a damn good blocker.
I got you. Well, that's all I got, big bro. I appreciate taking my call,
man. Anytime, bro. You have a good one. Yes, yes, for the 903. That's East Texas, right? I got from the 206 MJ. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What up, how you doing?
Man, good, man. Can't complain.
Well, we don't know, because with the new offensive scheme, probably,
Where you at, bro? You got bad Wi-Fi, bad connection.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you better now.
Yeah, I had the phone for. I say, it with the new scheme, everything's gonna be different. Like.
Yeah, it's gonna be totally different. But we got to allow them boys to get in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So the scheme gonna be different. The running plays from everything's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? So the Cowboys game plan gonna be more dangerous. And then, like I say, with the receivers, because like you say, you go and see the mix run with the offense, the play action, the new route tree that the receivers get to run the real routes instead of comebacks all the time. All 4 receivers doing comebacks. So stupid. You see receivers going deep, curling. You know, it's just going to be a whole different plan, man. So these receivers will be better, tight end will be better, line will be better, quarterback will be better. So I'm not even tripping. Now, if y'all say I would like to trade back to 16, 17, 18, I'm not worried about no Gentry. He also caught up on Gentry. Who do you pick, Rob?
Well, I'm not gonna get.
Emmitt Smith
Go ahead.
or Gentry?
It's 2 different eras, of football right there.
No, answer that question, Rob.
I mean, of course you pick Emmitt. If Emmitt is there, knowing that I know who Emmitt is, a guy that never got hurt.
That's what I'm saying. But out of Florida, he played at Florida, and your boy played at Boise.
Yeah, I can't use that as an argument because modern day Genty, and you pick him up and put him in a time machine and put him on Florida team, he might do the same, So I can't use that, because Genty is a more shiftier and faster than an Emmitt,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But there's a lot of halfbacks in that draft is like coming out like Gentry. I'm not saying, if they don't pick Gentry, if they pick him, I ain't gonna be mad. And if they don't pick him, I'm not gonna be mad.
But what we got to do here is also, because what I've been known since I've been watching this, Cowboys will laser lock in on one player in the draft, and they don't look at nobody else. And when we don't get that one player that collectively everybody said we should get, then all of a sudden the draft is a waste, and I won't do that to them. I won't do that to Genty nor whoever we draft at that 12th spot.
Yeah. If they move back and pick the Ohio State receiver, I'll be happy because he could get separation with 1-on-1. His route running is perfect with Dak Prescott, and with this new scheme, he'll be more dangerous, very dangerous with CeeDee Lamb. Because now you focus on CeeDee Lamb with the new routes, like with Butterarm. Mingo had the Philadelphia best corner had him burnt by 3 yards, and he threw it behind him. Dak Prescott would have hit that. That would have been a 7. That would have been a touchdown. Bam.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. We don't know. Flory, his takeoff off the line is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The guy now with a good receiver coach, because he coached that receiver out of Oregon that everybody loves, and these boys going to be happy because they got real coaching now instead of this stupid coaching. You know what I'm saying? So the Cowboys in good hands, but I want to build my defense to be one of the best defense in the league. That's what I want. If we make my defense a top 10 defense, the Cowboys got a chance to win a Super Bowl because defense do win Super Bowl because, like I said, you might be struggling. You might struggle. You might have a game like that one time when Philly played with McNabb and Tampa Bay.
Right.
And that was like a 17-6. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a battle, defensive battle. So we never know. That's how the Patriots won some of their Super Bowl with Tom Brady. That's how the Giants won against
defense, man. Control the clock, play the middle 8. Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah. So let's make sure we get this defense, because I'm not worried about my offense, because now y'all about to see real play action, real scheming for them halfbacks, real running for them receivers.
Yeah.
And the offensive line is going to be better.
It just takes time, man, for all of this to happen. People would think that, you know, when all of this happened, even for the team that just won the Super Bowl, that Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, they were rookies. No, you know, they were drafted when Fletcher Cox was still on the team. So, and they still had Brandon Graham and all of those boys. So you draft for the identity that you drafting for. And the Cowboys been with no identity in the last 30 years, 30 seasons. They've been just drafting like the damn lottery numbers, right? So just stick to a core, stick to a principle, draft who you know for sure that's the best player on your board that fits right with your particular team and the philosophy that you would like to bring to the table. That's the bottom line.
Like I said, I like that linebacker you say
from
Alabama. In the second round. He could be your second round pick, and then, you know, you get your halfback or the receiver y'all want, or the tackle you want in the first round, and then get one of them corners, and then you just start cooking, you know what I'm saying? And then, because like you say, with this new scheme, like I say, Mozzie should be even better. He got better. He kept getting better. Now, he going to come in at 325. You got Rogers, the young boy, 325. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you put some more dogs with them.
No doubt.
Get some like them two veterans you say. If they cut Allen, I'm gonna pay for Allen and that kid that you said from the Jets to go with them young boys.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, MJ. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Yes, sir. Salute. How about them Cowboys?
How about them? That's from the 206. That's MJ. Yeah. The draft. There's nobody that knows who's going to be a Hall of Famer or not. You know, that's the draft. You never know. There's no sure pick in the draft. I'm quite sure the Cowboy was high-fiving and butt-slapping when they drafted Tacos, right? They were high-fiving and butt-slapping everybody when they drafted Morris Claiborne, right? LVE. They're high-fiving, yeah, woo, yeah, we're going to win it, yeah, we're going to go to the Super Bowl when they drafted Mozzie. None of those guys panned out. Mozzie still got his shot in this, but at the same time, even if you draft, you got to make sure you pair those things up with a veteran. Just can't throw them out there into the wolves and say, hey, we winning because we got a bunch of some youthful guys. No, you still got to have your veteran guy out there. And believe it or not, for Mozzie, this will be his third defensive coordinator in 3 years. So he got to learn a whole new philosophy, a whole new principle, and there's going to be a setback for that, brother. Because it's not like these guys come from the same trade or philosophy. Quinn is different from Zim, and Zim is different from Eberflus. So it's just for what it is. So nobody knows. Right? So this is how it goes from here. All right, I got from the 214, then I got Woodrow from the 530. 214, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Yo, what up, no?
What up, man? What's good with you?
Hey, man, it's Thursday Hal, man. Say, brother, man, that last caller, man, don't he get tired of every year we make a coordinator change? He gonna say the offense change, but yet every year we make a coordinator change, or the offense or the defense change, but yet every year we change the coordinator, the offense stay the same. Ain't he tired of saying that a lot?
Yeah.
He got to be tired of
saying
the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
He got to be, man. I hear this man call you every time I'm listening to you, man. And he say the same thing all over again. Ain't nothing gonna change as long as these Joneses on this football team. In my opinion, Law, I'm not no professional like you, Law. You know, say you the big dog right here.
Man, wait.
But in my opinion, my humble opinion,
okay,
Jerry run the same offense because he want everybody to know he a football guy and he know everything about the offense that we running. If you get in there with a new innovative offense and you ask him a question, he's scared he ain't gonna have the answers for you. So we got to, hey, brother that just called, man. I know you're listening, dog. Say, man, don't get yourself in a tizzy, man. Stop saying the same thing all over and over again, man, because ain't nothing going to change, brother. And Mozzie. That's it. Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Keep it 100.
Boy, hey, he might not remember this, but we was on Jay Giant with the homie with my homie hey, I don't know why my homie name slipping my mind right now, but we was on JJ Giant with the big homie, Big Game Giant.
Big Game Giant.
He betted me $100. Oh boy, that was just on the phone. He betted me $100 that Mozzie Smith was gonna start game 1 his rookie year.
He does.
Rookie year, I ain't heard. I ain't got my money. I ain't heard. Bro, I just right now it's been so long. I'll settle for it. You know what? You was right, dog.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't no handshake agreement, man.
The thing is, this is the thing is with Mozzie. You got the QB hunter right here in Dallas, right in the state of Texas. And B Tuck, he ain't no slouch, right? And I got his information pulled up right here. And I said, B Tuck, I said, come on, man. What's wrong with Mozzie, bro? Well, talk to me, man. You know, off record, on record. He said, shit, you can go on record. I said, what do he need to work on? He said, head, shoulders. And I said, what else the hell? And he said, knees and toes. And I said, dog, do you need to work on eyes and ears and mouth and nose? This dude, one thing I'm going to tell you about B Tuck, he ain't going to cut no corners, right? This dude, this brother right here, picked up the phone, FaceTime Jalen Carter, FaceTime Jordan Davis, and said, hey, when y'all gonna come to Dallas get this damn work in? Because I seen this happen on tape, and you haven't been doing this and haven't been doing. He was cussing them out on tape. And guess what they said? Yes, sir, we gonna be in town this weekend. We flying out now. Them boys fly from Philadelphia Eagles country all the way to Dallas to get into some work. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here like, we got guys right here in Dallas that not willing to get into work. So what? That's kind of like ass backwards to me. That made me so mad. I said, Mozzie, you need to roll off the couch and go visit B Tuck and get that work in, you know? Because at the end of the day, if you already got the ability to get better, why not get better? That's all I'm saying, you know.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Law, because that boy don't love football.
And that's exactly what he said. He said, look, you can lead them to the well, but you can't make them drink. You can lead them to the waters. You can't make them drink. I don't want to hurt him in this particular way. But last year, he said that Sam Williams came by there. D-Law came by there. The Marshawn Nealon kid came by there. But he was waiting for Mozzie, and he still didn't show up, you know. But Marshawn Nealon, he's about that work action. He went and go see the QB hunter, right? So that gives me a different perspective because I'm looking at it like this. This is a younger guy that's hungry, that want to get the results. You now is an older guy than my guy, Marshawn Nealon, and you stay right down the street. Why aren't you there? You know, that's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you this, big homie. My OG, one of my OGs, you know what I'm saying? You, Boss, Law, all y'all my OGs. I'm going to tell you this. People forget Mozzie was in training. It might have been his rookie year. Mozzie was in training camp. He admitted he didn't like football. He just liked to be violent. People should have known right then and there it was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I just like to hit people. That's what he said. I don't really like football like that. I just like to hit people. Folks, that should have threw up a red flag because it threw up a red flag when I heard it. I said, we got a problem, Houston. Dallas, we got a problem here. We got a major problem. That kid don't like football. He ain't gonna never reach his full potential because he don't love this game the way we love this game. So it's never gonna happen, man.
The only way this can happen, man, if they all get on the same page, bro. The entire, I don't know who gonna be new here, and I pray to God that it can be somebody on this damn list right here. Let me see, pull up the list right here. Somebody on this list that we probably draft, Alfred Collins or Sherman Turner, somebody like that, Nick Scorton. If we can get one of them guys and say, hey, I'm finna go see my coach B Tuck. Come on, y'all. Let's make this a damn way where we all just go work out together in the off season under the same trainer and get things going. You know, just be all on the same page, man, and get things out of the mud the best way possible. You know, that would be right. That would be, and then they say, "Well, Mozzie, come on, you coming?" You know, because not everybody would be willing to do that. You know, as they get older. But just like he said, you know, he teaches a certain level, right? And he said he get it, like some veterans, like a D-Law, he trained D-Law too. And D-Law will hit him up and say, hey, I need to work on a few things that I need to work on just a little bit, right? And he'll work on just those little few things and get back to his individual work. Not everybody got to go to these training things because they can mess up some things when you're trying to learn two different things, right? But what I'm saying is that for Mozzie, someone who already professed that they don't love football like that, figure out a way to have these D-lines all in one room so that you can feel as if though you are that team. And even though you may not feel like it, you fall in love with it when you see the results, right? Because it makes no sense if you can get 3 to 4 guys all the way from Philly to come to Dallas to work out with them. You know, that don't make no sense. And they got the ring, you know, and they showcase the production level, right?
Right.
Right. Like I got Milton Williams. He's in Dallas. I can't have that, man. You know, he's going to be in Dallas.
Well, you know the difference. You know the difference between them boys and Mozzie. Them boys is dogs. They're hungry. They love this game. That's the difference.
Yeah, they love it. Here it is, right here. I'm gonna share this link, man, to those who you know, Milton Williams, come down here and he's gonna get celebrated in Dallas. You know, and he's gonna be at the Playmakers, celebrating, showcasing the Super Bowl or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Takeover. It's on the 22nd of February, this Saturday. He's going to be in Dallas. It's just crazy stuff, bro. But what else do you have for the show?
Man, that's it. I just want to say, man, I appreciate you for taking my call. Every time you take my call, you take it, and I appreciate you for it, man. You keep up the good work, big homie. No
doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in. Yeah, you gotta individually want it though, y'all. And I'm not taking no jabs at my guy Mozzie, but you gotta want it. I can't want it for him. Seabass can't want it for him. Angie can't want it for him. My guy $100 grand, he can't want it for him. Mozzie gotta want it for himself. But if you got all of the Georgia boys who went to Georgia saying, hey man, this Tuck guy, he's a secret sauce to my game. And then the Eagles drafted him. Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, they all make it their business to go see him. And it's contagious. Let me look up this list one more time. I'm giving my guy all type of pub now. Somebody will say, hey, I'm going to send my kid over there. Hey, shoot. I'm trying to get Mozzie there, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, you're going to have Jalen Walker. He ain't no one to sneeze at. Yeah, so he ain't no one to sneeze at. Jalen Walker gonna go there, you know what I'm saying, and work out with my guy. So it ain't no shortcuts, man, in this thing. I got 530, then I got 915. 530, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got?
Yes, sir, Law. I just want to say, first off, I appreciate you. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to switch the subject a little bit and ask you, so the universe works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways, correct?
He does.
And, man, I believe now the front office, Jerry Jones, air quotes, right, is going to be more aggressive in this free agency because of so-called allegations, possibly. Try to smokescreen, take a little heat off his back, right? Him and Gene.
Yeah.
I just believe that we're gonna do a little more in free agency, and I don't know why Jerry Jones wants to kick it with Skip Bayless, Diddy, and Drake so much. I don't know what's going on with him, man.
Hey, if anybody, man, been disrespected is Gene Jones, right? She's
For
been
real.
living with
Come
this
on.
burden, man, for a long time with the allegations, with the outside kids since '96, and then this thing in 2018 just hovering over her head. I guess long as she fool around and she get one of them things that's in the mail. As long as she do like this, yeah, she open it up and say, all right, cool, go out there and be a whoremonger, kiss women, lay them up, put salt on them and lick it off of them and do whatever you need to do. Jerry Jones should be ashamed of himself, not
Real
everybody's lying, right? And I think that he should sit down. And I know people going to say, well, it's innocent before guilty. Bull sugar. Jonathan Major was guilty.
Yeah.
That brother, that Nate said you're guilty. I've seen you. And he was running. Man. That joker, he was running like this from the lady. I could only imagine if he was walking.
Man, that same thing, similar to what happened to the Washington team with their previous owner, and then after they got rid of him.
Dan Snyder,
Yeah, Dan Snyder, and then some good things started happening. So possibly similar things. I'm not saying we're gonna get rid of. Jerry Jones ain't gonna get rid of himself.
But it was about 10 or 11 women came forward though.
Yeah, for Dan.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's. I'm gonna switch the subject now to the because you know what I mean. All respected, Gene, and I appreciate you, Law. But hey, with the draft, I'm just gonna go like this. I don't think we're going any defense. This is just my opinion. We got to go get some veteran. Some free agents out there with the defense. I'm saying Ashton Jeanty 1, number 2 Savion Williams, number 3 Tez Johnson. Trade back for a 4 and go get us a Jaden Blue, and just load the clip for Dak, man.
That Jaden Blue, man, you've been watching some tape on him, huh?
Jaden Blue, man.
He's a hard runner.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on with it. Let's load the clip. Let's stop playing around. Get Dak comfortable, because our defense can step up. We don't got the worst defense. We didn't have the worst defense, even with these coordinator switches and all this weirdo talk with Micah. Come on, we know Micah's going to be a Cowboy for life.
Yeah, it comes with the territory. Come with the territory. Man, somebody got to talk about somebody during the offseason. Every off season we got somebody who got to get paid. That's be the conversation. Like we never had an off season. It just hit me.
I was not surprised hearing it.
We never had an off season where we didn't have to worry about somebody getting paid or not.
Man. So when I heard it, I wasn't surprised. It pissed me off to hear it. I mean, it's got to piss us off because, come on now.
Yeah.
But, it's not surprising who we are.
Yeah, we are.
We're the most recognized sports franchise in this whole earth, maybe the whole universe, whatever planets are out there.
Yeah.
Man, But I just want to say I appreciate you again, Law. Thank you for everything you're doing. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them? Appreciate you from the 5-3, yo. It just hit me, man. Every off season, we have something to do with contract. I got I got Poindexter and I got $100,000. But every off season, boy, it just hit me, man. Look at that right, Poindexter, man. Every off season, we talking about somebody's contract.
Going on, Love?
Not much.
Man, I've been thinking about it for the longest. I feel like.
Wait a minute. You're not Poindexter.
No, man, this young star, but yeah, I represent Poindexter.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know why I said that on my caller ID thing, but what you got for me, young star? What you got for me, man?
Man, in this free agency, man, I feel like if we go get Samuel Debo, go ahead and get Milton, I feel like for sure for the receiving core to go with CD, I feel like Debo will pair nice with him due to the fact that we know how he is. I feel like Milton will assist the defense in a major way that Mozzie couldn't, to the fact that it's going to make everybody around play just up to where they're supposed to be. And I feel like in this draft, I feel like if we get Ashton Jeanty, go get Josh Simmons from Ohio State, and then double back and get Savion Williams from TCU, I feel like we'll be all right.
Say that one more time. We go get who?
I feel like if we get Ashton Jeanty as our running back,
okay,
and get Josh Simmons from Ohio State, and then double back and get Savion Williams from TCU, I feel like we'll be all right.
Oh, so you saying that we should trade back into the first?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm buying that. If you know for sure, like, I definitely don't want the Cowboys to use all 10 of their draft picks. I definitely don't want them to do that. And I definitely don't want them to do that. So if they can trade back in and get back into the first and get a Josh Simmons, or if they put a little dirt on his name and all of a sudden he falls up out of there and we get him, then, hey, I'll do that. Yeah, for real.
I feel like it'll work out. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I have for today. I appreciate the work you do, my guy. Keep it up, and shout out to the nation.
Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Poindexter. All right, I got from the 201, 100 grand with the plan. What's good, man?
Wop. That.
Yeah, what's up, man? Man, where you been? Where you been, dog? It's been about 2, 3, 4, 5 days, man. You didn't call it. That's okay, man. That's okay. You took a sabbatical from law, man. That's okay, man.
I'm a busy man.
Okay.
You know, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that, but
Hey, don't be like my guy, man. I saw you, man. I was at the hotel. I was clapping some cheeks, and then I looked down. I saw you were live. I went and got in my car. Matter of fact, I walked to where you was at. True story, though. My guy was telling me that. I was at the bar, Law. I was at the bar right with you, man.
oh, you and everything.
That's all you and everything. You didn't recognize me, but I recognized you.
Creeper vibes, man. Hey, man, I don't know what's up with that, man.
Oh my God, man! But man, you been on that type of business, man. I already know, bro. To each his own.
Lord, don't be putting words in my mouth, man. You see what I'm saying? Lord, get your coat, man. Lord, be slick out here, boy. I never said.
Man, that's a classic call right there. Yeah, that's my guy, man. He's my guy. Yeah, but what's good, man? What you got for me?
All right, man. Look, listen here, man. I have a fear, man. If we don't go running back the first pick, we might get stuck, man. That's my fear. And if we get stuck, and if we potentially get, somebody not as good, or we don't get a running back at all,
right?
Do you understand how pissed off we gonna be as a fan base?
And the board, and the only thing I can say, 100, is the board can happen that way because of that. We don't have that 4th round draft pick.
Right.
And then you fool around and have to wait all the way to the back end of that 5th round. So I'm sitting there like, I don't like that,
So it's like you got, if you want a good running back,
right?
I'm not talking about just getting a running back and just to say we got a running back. I'm not fooling with that, man. I'm not fooling with. We got a 6th round running back. He nice out. He nice. He good. He got a little bit of burst. You know what I mean? Or he ain't got that much speed, but he could push the pile. I don't want nobody like that, man. We need explosiveness, man. So if we don't get a running back first pick, we could be in trouble.
Right. Because we got so many areas. If we got so many areas, like, then you'll be forced to be like, are you really going BPA? Are you drafting just for need at that point when you get it to the 2nd or 3rd round? So I don't know, man. But if you go with BPA, I think that would be the best way possible, bro. Not to put any fear talk out there to anyone.
That's how I feel, man. People talking about, oh, we can go and we could get this guard and, maybe we can go back and get no, Gentry will be gone if you go and get a guard.
Or when that dude did the Walter Nolan, I'm sitting here like, and when I pulled up, I said, man, if he ain't Walter Disney guy, you know what I'm saying, Disneyland guy, I don't want him, you know what I'm saying? And I love my Mississippi boys, man. He already got the full belly, man. I'm sitting like, wait a minute, now hold on. Now, I like my Mississippi boys, but I don't want no Walter Nolan at 12, you know.
I don't want to guard because I'm tired of, we got to wait for him to develop and you don't know what you're getting. We spent the first round pick on Mozzie. What y'all talking about? He don't love football. He don't like the workout. That's a wasted pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then people talking about get that kid, he got good tape, but his motor ain't there. I forget his name. His motor ain't there. He don't come on every play. What's that guy's name? I forget his name. They say he got good tape out there, but he take plays off. And he even took plays off in the Senior Bowl. He didn't come and show up in the Senior Bowl. He was lower than that. I forget his name. Yeah. But see, when you got potential of getting guys like that scares me. That scares me, man. And you know when Mozzie gonna get right? When it's time for him to get a contract. That's when he gonna go and he gonna get all these trainers and he gonna want to play good. Either that or when they be like, Mozzie, we about to cut you. We about to cut you. So I'm like you. I don't want to use all 10 of these picks, but we do need a one tech to put Mozzie. Listen, here's your replacement right here.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? This is your third year.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? We drafting your replacement right now.
Yeah.
So I think he need that fire up under him to show him we'll move on from you. Yeah, you was a first round pick. I think that first round pick got him entitled, Law. I think that got him entitled, and I could sit back and chill. The Cowboys need me. They drafted me. I don't need them.
Yeah.
That's why he don't want to work out and he don't want to do all this stuff. He shouldn't have been a first round pick in the first place. To me.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that with when you look at Mozzie and he should have been brought along slowly. I think that we should have already had like a veteran on the team, and we did had some of that with Hankins, but
Hankins can only do so much.
Only do so much, bro.
Hankins probably tried to take him under his wing, but again, if you a first round pick, I don't need to talk to you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I need to talk to you for? They drafted me first round. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
it
just feels like, now this could go a different way with Mozzie. Because, Law, what sponsors do Mozzie have in the building now? Nobody.
And the thing is with Ebbs, man, he wants you to penetrate, get upfield.
I listened to it. I listened to those interviews, man, and I like that all the interviews that I listened to with all the coaches, they got one focus. They want to be a physical team, and they want to be a running football team. Even the wide receivers coach was like, we ain't even talk about no wide receiver routes.
Right.
We talking about how we going to be tough and we going to run this football. So I really think, Gentry that's the number one target right there.
Yeah.
That's the number one target. Now, if he's there and they pass on him, if it's not for a wide receiver, I think Cowboys Nation is going to revolt.
Yeah.
I think the only way they won't do it is if they draft somebody for CD. But if they go for like a guard or an offense or defense, Law, I don't think they're going to be able to recover from that. There's no way that they could spin a guard to us on offense or defense. There's a lineman. There's no way. How can you spin that?
Yeah.
You can't do it.
You can't, bro. And it's gonna be one of those difficult situations, man. When you look at the complete pictures of everything, man. But the Cowboys do Cowboys way, so I'm not gonna.
That's what scared me.
That's the only thing that scares me a little bit. But man, Jerry Jones, he got bigger fish to fry and all of this stuff, and hopefully, we can figure things out down the stretch, bro.
I agree, man. I agree. And everybody talking about Michael Parsons shouldn't do the podcast, and I feel like that's an easy target that everybody just talk about now. Because you know what I'm saying? If you talk about Michael Parsons and you say, hey, man, he shouldn't be doing the podcast, the four-letter network's going to pick that up immediately. And you could come out and say that. The four-letter networks might pick you up. Law Nation says Michael Parsons shouldn't need to be podcasting.
Yeah, it's the optics, though. It's the optics, and that's how it's going to always be with the Cowboys. Always.
I know that. But it's just like you can tell there's nothing to talk about. Like before, they talked about the Eagles and how they could go on a run and how they can do this and that. Oh, we got to slide the Cowboys in here some way, somehow. And,
Boy.
That's how they do it. So when Lawrence Taylor did that, it was like,
yes, thank you. Yeah. Somebody else, please. Come on, Leon, let's say something. Charles Haley, please say something. Yeah, because it's dry, man. They don't even talk about the Chiefs.
They don't even talk. The Chiefs ain't mentioned at all.
The Chiefs not even mentioned, boy.
I'm surprised they mentioned the Eagles to the degree that they mentioned the Eagles without even mentioning the Cowboys. That shocked me. I'm like, wow, y'all not even talking about the Cowboys?
It's lazy reporting, man. But I appreciate for calling in, Chief, man. Thank you, bro. Yeah.
Right, bro.
No doubt. It's $100,000 with the plan, man. It's just lazy reporting. And we all, we at the mercy of it. But we'll be real with y'all. If ESPN gonna make a few dollars off of the Cowboys name and get all of that high glow stuff far as this and that, you mean to tell me Law Nation can't rebuttal what they saying and get a little point, get a little points from that? You know what I'm saying? I got to, let me see. And this is a report from Parsons, though, by the way. Let me see what he said here. And that was Walter Nolan's film right here as I pull this up. There's Walter Nolan and and shout out to Marcus Moser. I pulled this from his page. Shout out to him. So kudos and credence to him. And I don't know, man. Give me the running back, man. Hell, I don't want to see this guy slipping and sliding all over the field, man. He jumping the snap and stuff like that. All right, so Michael Parsons just tweeted, laughing out loud. Today is the 20th. I wonder, do people hate my podcast because it's actually good, or do people hate it because it's bad? Because hella people in the NBA and the NFL have a podcast, and no one has a problem. Looking eyes. Now that's Parsons. He just reported, or he just responded to that, and that's Parsons and my guy. He says heavy is the head that wears the crown of the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, it's optics. It is flat out optics when you are discussing a podcast. The Cowboys has been 30 years, 30 seasons. And Michael Parsons should have lamented, hey, Brock Hoffman have a podcast. No one talks about it. Fred Warner have a podcast. No one talks about it. The other guy, Armand St. Brown or something like that, he got a podcast. There's a lot of people got podcasts. But then again, to be fair, some of his takes too. Now, some of his takes can be like, "Hey, and how he articulates some of his wordplay there. And I'm not trying to craft up his podcast. He do a hell of a more numbers than I do over here, right? You know, so it could be that's a little mixture of both. It's not like, you know, it's one of those things whereas you go there and then you sit there and you come off from of it with a great deed of like, oh, there's some good intel. Nah, he's rambling about this and that. And I'm not beating up his podcast. I think that Parsons' podcast, if he had a co-host, I think that would look good. Outside of Trayvon Diggs, by the way. Trayvon Diggs, man, he ain't a talker, boy. It be sounding like he on NyQuil over there. Like, damn, Diggs, wake up. You know, wake up. And so at the end of the day, I think that with Parsons' podcast, I think he just need a co-host. Maybe him and Brock Hoffman. You know, maybe they two can do a podcast together. I don't know. You know, maybe him and Jay Tuck or somebody. Sky. Hey, they'll be epic, right? Parsons and AOC. That'll be a crazy-ass podcast. They'll do some numbers, though, I guarantee you. But, or Parsons and me or somebody. You know, Botch or Big Game James or somebody. But just Parsons by himself, you going to get all of the knives, man, when you start bringing up stuff. Yeah. Angie said Diggs is boring. Yeah. Bring Stephon on the podcast. But it is what it is. Let's go with the next caller. No Clone, Tyrone, you're in the building. And then we have the 301 and 972. No Clone, what's good with you, bro?
Hey, what's good with you, Law?
Much.
I got a couple of, what's up with you, man? I appreciate everything you're doing for the nation, for the Cowboy Nation, man. Like, without you, a lot of stuff probably wouldn't, a lot of stuff probably wouldn't even happen if y'all didn't speak on certain stuff. But I got a little something for the show today. I feel like if we don't draft this boy Genty, we in trouble. We in some serious trouble if we don't draft Genty. And the reason why I'm saying this is because this can go two ways.
Right.
This can go two ways. Genty, if Genty don't come to the Cowboys, he might end up going. If he goes to the Eagles or some team that already was in the playoffs last year, that's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad on us. And the reason I'm saying is because this running game is better dry. Like it's no hope for this running game at all. What can I say? I'm not gonna keep going on the bad about the Cowboys, but what we can do I feel like what we can do to like make this a little better, renegotiate, restructure Prescott contract, CeeDee Lamb, and I was listening to somebody earlier. I think it was you. Somebody was earlier who was listening to. You can do something with Parsons' contract right now.
Right.
Add what? Little incentives. Add some of the incentives on his contract, and negotiate Diggs. That would like free up a lot of money. That way you can go get you a veteran wide receiver, married with CD. You can go get you a veteran plug right there in the middle of that that defense. What I was looking at, and I was earlier, it was on Instagram. The linebacker from Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, Nick Bolton. Yeah,
Nick Bolton. We keep talking this. We don't have no money. Cowboys got money.
Yeah,
we can negotiate. Just like I said, we can negotiate all these contracts. You free up a lot of money. You can put him on a 4-3-year deal. That right there solidifies the middle of your defense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you go into the draft. You got 10 picks in the draft. Genty is the focal point though. Like if you get this boy Genty from Boise State, you have an arsenal right there that's gonna help Prescott right away. You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna help him right away. And with him helping him like in the running game,
right?
Then you can probably negotiate with some shit with Deuce Vaughn and probably say some shit to Rico that just and if that shit don't work, you can go get based off of how much money you have, You can go
Right.
get you a running back. You go get you a running back like make a trade for the boy that played for the Browns. I forgot his name. Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Go get him.
Yeah.
And you can marry him with Genty, and that got a veteran. And you understand? So it's like you pair. I wish Jerry looked at it this way, but Jerry was talking so highly of the Eagles last year when we went and played them in the second game. When they was clowning him, they like, "Yeah, Jerry, you good." They clowning you, bro.
Yeah.
Like they was letting you know, like in your face, millionaire or not, you stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're stupid.
So
Yeah.
it's just like until he see that everybody, you the laughing stock of the NFL.
Yeah.
And yeah, but if I feel like we make those like keep those focal point moves. We can be a dangerous team next year. And then there's one more thing that I want to say about the as far as our coaches, it's like the coaches we have now. I haven't seen them on paper. I'm still in the middle with it. But as far as how they talking and their philosophy of how they want this team to be, they talking physical. They want this team to be physical, both on offense and defense. So I like that type of energy coming from the coaches.
You do, man. Good points, man. Let's stop playing around with it, and just go ahead and get a known commodity. Like it's still the unknown, right? Like we can't guarantee that these guys gonna do things. I just pulled up Chat GPT, right, and then I was pulling in some of the things that they were saying. Who's like the best running backs the year that Jahmyr Gibbs was drafted, and they came up with a list. And I remember that year they were like, "Oh, we can get a running back in any draft, you know what I'm saying, in any round because this is a deep running back class." You know what I'm saying? That's what they were saying, and they said basically, let me pull out this list: Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet, Keandre Miller, Tajee Spears, Davon Achane, Tank Bigsby, Rashawn Johnson, Izzy Alabama Conde, however you say that man's name. And then you had Chase Brown, Eric Gray, Evan Houle, Chris Rodriguez, and Dwayne McBride. They were your top 14 running backs in that draft, right? And I can guarantee you that somebody right around the corner saying, "Yeah, man, the draft class of 2025 is just as good," right? What I'm saying is what I'm getting at is stop playing around with your damn food and go ahead and get the damn running back. You know what I'm saying? Because we can say all we want and say, well, we can pick up one in the 6th or 7th round. It may not happen that way. The other teams may have the ability to move up in the draft to get that said person. Now you stuck with Deuce Vaughn. Just go ahead and get the running back and stop playing around with your food. You know for sure Bijan Robinson was good and Jahmyr Gibbs was good, but everybody else a crap shot. It is the same. This draft class is equivalent to that draft class. It's just that now is new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't lying, man. It's a sad situation. It's like I said, Law. Man, the only way we gonna get better is Jerry lighten up. Not even lighten up. He realized, like, really look at the tapes and really understand what these fans is, and really understand that this team is only 2 or 3 players away from being in the Super Bowl. Like, we ain't no perfect team, but I mean, the 50% of the fan base I'm talking to right now has to understand that Prescott is the best situation for us to get to a Super Bowl. If you put good pieces around this man,
right,
he's gonna go. You can't take away from him, and you can't put bullshit around him and expect him to win. That's the best way to say it. I mean,
Yeah, you're right, bro. I appreciate you for calling in, fam.
No problem, Law.
All right.
DC for life.
Hey, yeah, DC for life. I love that. All right, we got 301 and DC Cowboys, man, and we'll make them two. All right, so 301, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, bro.
What's up, Law? This is Chuck from DC.
What's good with you, bro? Yeah.
Man, I was looking at the draft, and yeah, I feel the same way. You should get a running back.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's a chance that the Bears take Genty, if that will happen, if I was Dallas, I'll trade down and then go after the running back from North Carolina.
Okay.
In the first round, but later in the first round. And the second round is it's about 4 or 5 decent receivers that's going to be in the second round. But my call today was there's a lot of gems that you can get in the 5th round that nobody's talking about. What about Nick Nash, the receiver out of, I think, San Jose State? He led the whole country in receiving last year.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, I just don't understand why no one's talking about him.
Well. Most of those guys are going to be like day 3 guys. They're going to get all of the pub den, or you have the ability now to when the combine hit for them to do like crazy numbers, right? And then they're going to start talking about them. Like I'm seeing a lot of people saying Ollie Gordon, Caleb Johnson, as far as the running backs, or Amarion Hampton. They can be good in their own right, but then again, they could be like a Zach Charbonnet. You know what I'm saying? Even though they compare them to like DeMarco Murray from the running back perspective. Like I like Caleb Johnson, I like Amarion Hampton, but they don't really move the needle unless you get something special. You see, these guys that we talking about as far as running back is special. Genty is special. I don't know why people just don't see it from what.
No, I see it fully.
Fully,
but
right.
I believe that the Bears possibly could take him.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like the Bears in general could possibly take him and marry him up with.
10.
Yeah, they're number 10.
Yeah, they're number 10. And if they take Genty, I would trade down maybe a few spots and try to get that fourth round back.
Yeah.
Get the 4th rounder back. And like I said, it's a lot of gems at the end.
Right.
But there's one, the reason why I called there was one guy that nobody's talking about, Ty Robinson out of Nebraska. This kid is 6'6", 310.
Yeah, big boy. Yeah.
Yeah, he comes off the ball. I mean, he's a good pass rusher. He plays the run decent.
Yeah, he'll be pretty good. But the thing is, we only got 3 premium picks, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We don't have a 4th round draft pick. So you're gonna have to spend big on your 2nd or your 3rd round draft pick. Ty is good, but I don't see him going in the 2nd. That'd be kind of like
no.
Yeah.
No, you missed it. I was saying that if they trade down, they can get their 4th back.
Trade down. I mean, you're trading away from somebody with the way I look at it, and I like all of my draft guys, that do the draft, that look at all 500 people, and look at all of the tapes and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the way I see it, it's about 15 true first rounders, right? True first rounders. There's nobody that's going to have 25 to 30 first round draft rates on anyone. So your propensity of hitting on a first round draft, a true first round draft pick, when you trade back away from the 12th, slims, unless you barely move like we did when we had the 11th pick. I think when we had Parsons or something like that, or 13th pick, you may can get that, but that was like the Cowboys' foresight, they had every intentions to draft the DB, Pat Surtain. Parsons was still a wild card because people didn't know whether or not they're going to play him off ball or he's going to be a defensive edge guy. But we knew we needed a linebacker, right? But we traded off from Smitty because, at that time, we were just going through the situation that we had CeeDee Lamb, and we just paid $50 million guaranteed, I believe, to not Amari Cooper, but what's the kid's name? Michael Gallup. So that's why we went and moved off from that pick. So I get with what you're saying. If you trade back, how far are you trading back from that 12th spot? How far are you trading back?
As you like, in closing, my idea was what I would do is call the Colts at 14.
14, okay.
And tell them how much the Dolphins really want the tight end out of Penn State. The Colts come up and tell them all you got to give me is your 4th rounder, and we'll move to 14. There you go. 2 spots, you get your 4th rounder back.
Oh, I see now. That's a good. So you trying to wedge the Dolphins up out of getting Tyler Warner?
Right. Use Tyler Warner to move down a slot. 2 slots.
And then who you getting with the 14th spot?
With the 14th pick, the best receiver or the next best running back. If you don't feel like the running back is still too high for the next rated running back, go get some more draft picks.
So you getting Ibuka or Luther Burden?
Ibuka, yeah, that'll be good.
Okay, I see your rationale, and then in the second round, who you getting?
The second round, I'm sitting here. I would cross my fingers and either get Johnson or Hampton, but I don't think Hampton will be there.
Okay, I see. I see where you're going. Okay,
and then third round, and then with that scenario, you have the 3rd and 4th round pick back. I mean, the 4th round pick back, and then you can decide: do you want to go D tackle, or do you want to go D back, or linebacker in the 3rd or 4th round?
Okay, that's good.
But I just feel that I feel that they should wedge themselves. If Genty go early and that's their first plan,
right?
They should wedge themselves down a couple of picks just to get that 4th rounder back, so they can have a full draft and be able to open their chances of getting better players before that 5th round.
Okay. Good point, man. Good call, man. I thank you for calling in, fam.
I appreciate it. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. Yes, indeed. DC, man, from the 972, man. What you got?
Hello.
What up?
Can you hear me? Yeah, hey,
what's up?
I'm what's going on? But I'm looking for Dallas to pick Genty. I think they really need a good running back. Because it's kind of. I think that'll kind of get us over the hump. What do you think?
I think so as well. I'm following along with you. It's kind of like, man, when this running back class is all said and done, it's kind of it's got a vibe of the 2023 running back class, in my opinion. You had your Zach Charbonnets, you had your Keandre Millers, you had your Tajay Spears, Davon A-Chains, and all of that. It's kind of got that type of vibe of it, and I'm quite sure, just like when I said, Genty is special, right? And then someone gonna say, just like when people were saying, Gibbs is special, right? And then there was somebody saying, nah, man, Tank Bigsby is special, dog. Give me Tank Bigsby, man. He's special. Tajay Spears, he's very special, right? And it's sounding the same way when I was banging on the table in 2023 to get a running back, and we ended up not drafting one outside of Deuce Vaughn. That's what it feels like to me, bro. But what you got for me?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a tough situation because, I mean, everybody know he want to come to Dallas. Will he be there? That's my biggest worry. You know, it's kind of really like the Raiders. You know,
Yeah.
I know Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
You know, him and Tom Brady got their relationship.
Yeah.
So you know, they banking on getting him, but will he be there? So they kind of like in the same situation we in with Genty.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, my main thing is will he be there? You know how teams are. A lot of teams, just because Dallas want him, then they gonna undercut Dallas. So
yeah, they try to do that. Yeah, whoever Dallas say that they want, they trying to get in there. Let me get sure. Let me just use the Cowboys draft thing. You know.
Yeah, that's my. I mean, the same thing with I was thinking about Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
You know, Michael Parsons was the first one come out talking about getting him. Now you heard the Commanders. You know, now they want him. So I think that's actually where he probably end up with the Commanders because of Magic Johnson. You know, Magic, he's a winner.
Yeah.
And he gonna use every little tool he can to pull him in.
Right.
So what you think about Myles Garrett joining the Cowboys?
You got to finagle. You're going to have to spread some money out. Now, the Cleveland said, no, we got all of the intentions to keep him here, which they are sounding like a good PR message because they want to keep him. They want him, right? They're not going to allow people to sully and denigrate him because they want him. They know that he is the guy that can change and keep their franchise going. But, you know, you're not going to get him for dog water. You're going to have to pay up to get him. So it's one of those things, whereas if you want Myles Garrett, you're going to have to pay for it. You can't get him cheaply. And the Joneses don't operate in that fashion. I wish they did, but they don't. They like to be the smartest people in the room, and they want to win every trade. You can't win every trade. You're going to have to lose some, right? You're going to lose. You're going to have to do a soul for a soul. You got to get rid of some of your good stuff in order to get something back in return good.
Well, what kind of money is he asking for?
I mean, he's at the tail end of his contract. He's due for a new one. So I don't know what he's asking for. I just know he want to go to a contender. So it's not basically the terms is on him. It's going to be on the Browns because they hold the rights, you know, to Miles, and they're resisting. But if you tap at that wall enough, maybe they'll give in, and they probably say, well, 2 first-round draft picks or first and a third, conditional second. I don't know. We don't know. But it's going to be something. Yeah. They're not going to give away. They're not going to give them away freely. There's not too many Tennessee Titans out there that's be willing to give away stuff for the low.
But does the Commanders have anything that they want versus what Dallas got?
The Commanders got $90 million, plus they got 2 Bama boys that's inside that they can really flop around and say, okay, I'll give you Allen for Miles plus a first and a conditional third or something like that. They can do that, and we'll be willing to take on his contract for the foreseeable future, and we can reconstruct. They can do a whole bunch more because they got a little bit more money. They got a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal. Well, they got a sophomore quarterback still on his rookie's contract, and they just have more money, and they have more flexibility, and they have less need to be in the spotlight and not make this a grandiose type of thing. So that's the other thing that they got that we don't. Everything.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. The Cowboys can trade for me. They're gonna do a press conference for it. You know.
Right, but the thing is, like you said, trying to please Cleveland because they got the last word on there. So
right.
You know, I mean, I know that Washington got a lot of money, but do they have the players that Cleveland want? You know, to kind of compensate, you know, for that loss. That's going to be a loss.
Right. They got the Bama boys. They got They probably got some people, man. I have to go through it and see, but they got more money. That's the thing. They got more money and resources than we do have at this point. And that's the only thing. That's the only thing that's different between us and the Washington team. If we go into a bidding war with a team like the Patriots, we won't last. The Raiders, we won't last. We won't be able to beat those teams. They got more money than us. That's the only thing. Because the Jones has got a threshold, and they'll say, well, shoot, we got our Miles at the house. His name is Marshawn Nealon. He can be our Miles Garrett, So they going to stick to their philosophy when they get down to that. Or they say, hey, we already got a Michael Parsons. He's just as good as Miles.
Yeah, well, I saw where I don't know if it's true or not, where they was going to restructure Friggy contract that they already started on. Is that true? Have you heard anything?
Who?
Jay Prickett.
I haven't heard nothing about that. That would be nice if you get him in early. But, he had an off season last season, so I don't know, man. I'd have to take a look at that research there.
Yeah, I saw something
report
on it come through Facebook yesterday, where they was going to redo his contract.
You got to be very careful on Facebook, though, bro.
Okay.
Facebook be having all type of stuff,
Yeah, that's why I was asking you if you heard anything about it. I didn't know for sure.
Nope, haven't heard.
Okay, so you're not even
No doubt, man.
Like I say, I hope they get Miles Garrett because he's a hell of a player. I saw him, looked at some stuff on him on against Trent Williams, man. He Trent Williams is a heck of a tackle, and he was kind of dogging him out, man. And
no doubt.
Don't people do that?
No, not many people do it but Miles, man. I appreciate you, DC Cowboy, man. Thanks for calling in, bro.
All right, appreciate it. Go Cowboys.
No doubt, man. Look.
Goodbye.
That's all the calls I can take for today, man. This marathon show. I see you, MJ, man. Call back tomorrow, man. We'll be able to take good care of that part of it. This is AJ Brown saying that
you
who
never
he
answered me
want.
though. Any free agents you want? You feel me? What is it looking like? Money don't matter. You could bring anybody on your team.
Unlimited salary cap is off.
Honestly, that's what it be feeling like over here.
Must be nice.
Miles Garrett. I'll say Miles Garrett.
Oh my God!
Adding him with Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what's gonna happen with Josh Sweat or Milton. But
bro, wasn't Max Crosby? Max Crosby was tweeting some stuff with some Eagles emojis in it. You seen that?
Max.
Woo, you seen that?
I didn't see that.
It must be nice, man. It's like what restaurant you want to go to? Ocean Prime, Del Frisco. We can do any of those things. We can go to Ocean Prime. We can do Del Frisco. Yeah. Mort. So let's go to Morton's. But when the Cowboys, what y'all want to eat, man? We got Salisbury at the house. And put a little gravy on it, Yes, indeed. Miles going to Detroit. This is from Harold. Appreciate you, man. It's just one of those things, whereas the Dallas Cowboys, we don't have that luxury. And it was somebody who gave a super chat. Appreciate you so much for your support. It was Desmond. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the $1.99 for your mind. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Cowboy Nation, on our way out, man. I thank all of you guys. I love y'all to the moon and back. Oh, to the stars and back. And we're going to continue to grind and shine. There'll be some more information throughout the day. Salute to our sponsors, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. Thank them for all what they are able to do for us during this off season. Thank those who subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. For those who shared this information. Drop 100 in the chat, man, if you enjoyed this content today. Put a 100 in there if I kept it 100. It must be nice. We're going to have ours one day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. See how that works for us, And you don't have to make breaking news out of everything. But the Cowboys, woo! Boy, we love to make breaking news off of everything, right? Shoot. Appreciate the 100s, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Well, don't want to give you guys this thought, but we got to keep our head when all about us are losing theirs and blaming it on us. Yeah, we got to do those things and make allowance for their doubting too. Wait, but not be tired by waiting or lied about. Don't deal in lies, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. And this is the most important thing that I want you guys to embody. Embody this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your whole life for broken and stoop and build back up again with worn out tools. Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, we just got to keep and continue to move forward. It states DC for life, not DC for short, not DC if we win, not DC if we tie, but it's DC for life, win, lose, or draw. We're here, Cowboy Nation. That's all the time that I have for this moment.
Are you shitting me?
No way.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
On my way out, hit that like button, share this content, and let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond.
Give me my theme music.
I don't have one of those no more. No, let me get the other one going. Baby! Shout out to you, Sadiq, Garrett, Bay, Garcia, appreciate you so much.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell 'em run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it up.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
No drip this, tell 'em
Run it up.
no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck.
Keep dropping those 100s in the chat if you enjoy. Come on.
My hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone me, baby.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, baby.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell 'em run it up, no sleep, no rest,
come on,
might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell 'em run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Come on with it.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it up.
All right.
I wake up, flex,
Okay. For those who's gonna be in the Dallas area this weekend, we'll be having a black tie event, Elegance and Beyond, and I would love for you guys to jump in. It's for a great cause, keeping families connected. Is throwing their annual Ayo gala, and I want you guys to be in the building if you can. Just check out my IG page, and if you want to come on out and not have a good time but a great time with us, let's come on and do that. I'm one of the red carpet hosts for the event, and I would love to see y'all beautiful faces there for an elegance of impact. We got the location of 5300 Lemon Avenue. That's in Dallas, Texas. So dress to impress. Come on out at the Bentley dealership. Don't let me fool around and pull up in a Bentley, baby. Come on with it. I breathe you in. And roll credits for your boy. Yeah. Don't meet me there, beat me there type of thing. Host Law. Yeah. Law Nation Sports. Don't let the street lights.
You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you.
What we tell them? I be on.
Play it too. I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
Sponsors, be sure to reach out to me too. We got some things that we are brewing up. It's gonna be nice. And another one. This movement is gonna be a real one. If you're rolling with Law Nation, since day one, put a 1 in the chat.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone.
Don't let the street lights hit you.
Can I be
What we tell them?
play it too? Come on now. I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
I'm thinking about getting me a nice sparkling black tie, right? Euro cut suit. Need to see what the temperature and the weather gonna be about on the 22nd. But when I got some shoes, boy, woo! Can't wait to show it to you. I'm gonna pull my socks all the way up to my knees, though. Shout out to the sock gang. I ain't gonna be flooding this weekend. I'm thinking about a suit, bow tie, and still have, since it's cold enough, to wear a vest. So 3-piece. I'm gonna 3-piece it in these sorts of things, And it don't matter the brand or the name, because everything else remained the same. Happy birthday to you, everyone. Is it VIP birthday? I'm seeing them in the chat. If it's your birthday and I missed shouting you out, man, I ain't mad at you though, bro.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives. Need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and blinks, it's change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game.
Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. Shame. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
Happy belated birthday, my guy VIP.
Yeah.
All I ask
Kinda check the song.
is when you lay your head on that plate, I give everything I
count that too, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. Emotional damage. I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel.
Let me crack your claim. Fertilize your brain.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Until next time, DC.